Morning gang, welcome back to Charlie and me, our camping vlog, the van build, with thanks to our friends at Gary's Glue. As you know, Gary's Glue sponsor all of the videos in the van build series. It's only 2 degrees, it's February, I think it's around the 11th, the 10th or the 11th of February, and I'm just doing fiddly bits. So, the last thing I was waiting for was the sign writer to bring me back the ambulance sign, and that was going on. You've seen that video by now. That was to finish the front lights. I have the back lights finished. What I want to do is, and I'll turn the camera and show you in a second, one of the first jobs we did on the van is take off the hydraulic ramp at the back, and the chap in the unit beside me took the ramp, and one of the camping crew, Ross, is taking the hydraulics, although the hydraulics is still fitted to the ambulance, but I am now going to have to take that off. Let me turn the camera and just show you where we're at. As you can see here is where all the hydraulics, that's where the lift was on the back of the van. We took the lift off, and as I say, Lee took the lift and he's using it as a bench for repairing lawnmowers, and my buddy Ross is taking all the hydraulics. Now all the hydraulics are still in under there in a compartment on the right hand side. But I need to get rid of this ram and this ram because I've got a piece of plate to replace this piece of plate. So I've got the fog light, there's some reverse sensors in there. They have never worked, so I'll just disconnect them. I'll try and take out the fog light as best I can because obviously I will need fog lights, and that will need to be replaced onto the piece of plate. And the bit of plate I got, there's a fair bit of weight in it, but this is it here. And it's identical size. It's 36 centimeters by 101 centimeters, and that's going to replace that piece of kick plate. So today's plan is to remove that piece of plate, and then I might look at taking out the hydraulic rams. So I've drilled out all the rivets that are holding it in, but it seems to be glued. So what I'm thinking of doing is where that screwdriver is sticking in, I'm thinking of cutting it there with the angle grinder and maybe cutting it over here with the angle grinder and then getting the heat gun and giving all of here around the edges a good belt of heat with the gun and see if that'll melt whatever glue is there. And we'll take it from there. Okay, so there it is, 20 minutes or thereabouts, nearly half an hour to take it off. It's aluminium. The piece I've got to replace it is actually metal, much, much heavier. So I think I'll try and find myself, I think of a bucket here somewhere, and try and remove these two hydraulic hoses off these rams and see if I can get the rams out. If I get those rams out and I have a hole saw strong enough to cut this, I think we might get that fitted today. So the next thing I'm going to do is tidy up here and have a look at the hydraulics. This is the inside of the hydraulics press. My mate Ross wants all of that. I don't know how much of it I can save, but my plan for today is not to touch any of this, but definitely get those 2 rams off. First piece out. This one is going to be a lot harder because there's a bit of RSJ, it's welded to that, but I'm going to have a bash of that now. And then I'll be able to put that plate back on maybe tomorrow. Excuse the quality, I have no microphone plugged in. Okay, the story so far on the hoist, as you see, I got 2 bits of hydraulics out. There's 1 piece of cross member or bar that used to lift onto the hydraulics, which is still stuck, and the pin won't come out. And I was in with Anthony, the mechanic, and we got a pry bar and we tried to, it just won't come out. So it's angle grinder time because we can't get the plasma cutter in there. I'll just take this and I'll show you where it is. What it is it's that piece of pipe there, and we can't get in up here with the plasma cutter. So I'm going to have to try and get the angle grinder in there now. And if I do get that out, if I get that pin out, I can tidy up the back end here. I won't put the plate on today, but at least I can get it tidy and ready for the plate for tomorrow. And that would be the back end really finished well, with the exception of paint. So, had to cut this off. That bolt just would not come out. And I've got to be honest, if it wasn't for Anthony, the mechanic next door, he gave me a loan of his electric angle grinder when I still couldn't get it. He came in here and he went, "Get out of the way." And he went, "Let me turn the camera, I'll show you what we've done." So we cut I took the hydraulics out handy enough. I'm going to leave all that stuff, it's just not worth. Now I do have a friend who has a pit and I might at some stage take all that running gear off, but for the moment there's no need. That is now cleaned that up. I'll scrape all that off before I go home. It's 12:30, it's starting to snow. I'll take all that, clean all that off now with petrol and a scraper and get it ready for tomorrow to put on the sheet of kickboard. Okay guys, it's done. The hydraulics are off. I'm going to tomorrow, it's 1:10. Tomorrow I'll come out and hopefully get that plate fitted. That's the plan. I just hope I have a cone cutters that will cut through the aluminium. Well, it's not aluminium, it's steel. The steel kick plate. I hope I have cone cutters that will cut through that to take the fog light. But I'm quite happy. I want to say thank you to Anthony, the mechanic, for coming out and giving me a hand. His brute force and ignorance and muscle and tools really helped me out. I'll do it in the next video, but I told you that I'm being held up because of solar cables from the company I bought the solar from. Anthony was servicing a van belonging to a local house solar company, and he fixed me up with the cables and the connections. So hopefully next week we'll do the solar. I don't know what week you're watching this, but it's February at the moment. What is it? I'd like to see what date it actually is. It's February 10th. Anyway, I'm going home. I'm starving. We'll talk to you later. Take care. Okay, so here we are, day 2. When I left you last, that was 2 or 3 days ago. The weather has just been too cold to come out. Glue won't set in freezing temperatures, and it's been -1 and 0 degrees. So today is Friday. It's the weekend of Valentine's weekend. Just to give you a date, we're on Friday the 12th of February. The plan today is to get the kick plate, the checker plate that I got all removed and all the hydraulics removed, and the new piece of checker plate. Got to drill the holes, see if I have a cone cutter that will drill the big hole for the fog light. If not, things are going to come to a standstill for today. But if so, we'll drill the big hole for the fog light, drill some pilot holes, clean off the back of the ambulance, all the glue and residue and dirt. I'll show you that now in a second. Slob on a load of Gary's glue. I'll probably have to get the trolley jack out of the motorhome. There's a bit of weight in this, so I'll probably have to get that to hold it up. Let me show you what we need to clean off first. So here's what we need to do. We need to get, just go over this side here. We need to get all that glue cleaned off, all that residue that's there. Give all that a good clean with some petrol, and then get the piece of kick plate, give it a good clean, smudge all that with glue, and let's see if we can get it up there. Okay, update. Gary's gluing around the edge here now. I have a small heater on there just to heat it up because it's okay in here, but I just want to be sure that I have enough heat. I don't have a hole saw big enough to cut that big circular hole for the fog light, so I've drilled a hole to take cables through, and I might get some kind of auxiliary fog light to fit there. But now I'm just going to continue Gary's gluing this and see how we go. Yeah, I think that's going to stay there. I might put one or two more screws just, do you know, if you remember there's a square here with the exception of the hole, I might put one or two more screws, maybe just one there, just to hold it. I had to swap to different screws. I love these hex bolts that are self-tapped, but I had to swap to different screws, longer screws. But it's not an awful lot better. All I need now is to get some kind of light to go there for the DOE, because I'll need a fog light. So it's been a good day and it's been a bad day. The good day is I got that kick plate on at the back. It's clean, it's glued, it's screwed, and it's brilliant. And of course we used Gary's glue, and all the tools we used were with thanks to Michael Murphy in Waterford. And then I went at the press. I built the press inside for the electrics, and in front of that I'm going to be putting the diesel heater unit, possibly a switch for some LED lights on the countertop and under the countertop, and then the control unit for all the interior lights. I'll put a photograph of it up here, and it looks okay. However, it's very fine wiring, and the wiring snapped on one of the plugs. Again, I'll put a photograph up here of the plug. So I've put a call out to a chap called Deirdre, who actually strips and builds these ambulances, hoping that he has one thrown in a toolbox somewhere with a set of tails on it. Failing that, it's going to be some minute soldering going on, but that's another video. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to our show sponsors, Gary's Glue. They sponsor all of the videos. Getting very, very close to finishing the B-Baw and having it on the road. I'm Aaron from Charlie and Mayor Camping Vlog. Thanks for your support. We'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye-bye.